Yolan Trun, welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And it's always exciting days when we have a new arc, like we have Q Continuum Part 2 now. And there's so much new stuff to talk about. And we already talked about the new ship and the new armadas. But as usual, I do a preview on the new officers right at the beginning of the arc. And today we will have one of the officers, although the preview is a bit different than usual, because as you can see, I already got him. But despite the fact that I have that officer already, it still is a bit of a preview, because until I have the full crew, it's and can test that one, I cannot judge this officer enough. So at some point in the future, when I have all of them, I will make another video. But still, let's talk about Soran today. He's a new epic officer, and let's have a look at the basics. He's a class command officer. That means you need command badges to upgrade him. He's from the group Explorer Retaliation Squad. So this is the Explorer version of the Q crew we got in the last arc. And he's faction independent, but what you need to upgrade him here got a little bit more uncalculable since the mirror stuff. So we will see when I get some more parts of him, and I can see if when I can upgrade him, then I will know. He is from one of the movies. He's from Star Trek Generations, and that's why the text in the info box is a bit longer. You know that there's always a text in the info box about the officers. If you haven't seen Star Trek Generations, you definitely might want to have a look at this text. He does have a captain maneuver and an officer ability. The captain maneuver is time is the fire, and it says on round start against players, Soran has 40% chance to apply burning to your target for 1 round. So last time with Q was morale, this time it's burning that Soran brings, and that is good because of his officer ability, Toothless Predator. On round start against players commanding an explorer afflicted by burning, there you have it, Soran increases your apex barrier by 10,000 for 5 rounds. So there are 2 things. You need burning to trigger this. The enemy must fly an explorer to trigger this. But if it triggers, you get an apex barrier of 10,000, which means you can take 100% more damage, because 10,000 is always the 100% part for taking more damage. So that's a very helpful one. But the adversary needs to have an explorer. And that's the issue with the new crews overall. They are effective against players, as I could see with the Q crew. We'll talk about that crew in another video in the future as well. But they are most effective only against a certain ship type. That's why they are not my favorites, although the results I'll be able to tell you in that crew video for the first Q crew was okay. And the same will be with the Soran crew when you get all of them. So when you get Soran, when you get Romy, and when you get Miss Q, that probably will be the same. But the most effective, because of Soran's ability, will be against players with explorers. As an epic officer, and that's something I usually cannot show you in the beginning of the arc, but today I can because I have him, is that he has 3 traits for away team assignment. That's Diplomat, Perceptive, and Psionic. Psionic is something I really need from time to time, and so I might level him up a bit more. The first leveling up I did just for an event, but because I needed to spend some stuff. But I'm not so sure yet. I don't know how long it will take to get the full crew, because sometimes it's a bit easier because they put in special events. I really like the events at the end of last month, because my alliance was able to finish the PvP event as first, and that gave us 2 of those special tokens, which meant I could unlock the full Q crew. If that happens this month again, we will see. Could have been something they only did once for the 6th anniversary. I don't know. And so if it's as usual in other times, I will need months to get the rest of his crew. So I will send him out for away team assignments then. But talking about getting him, there are 2 places where you can get him. First of all, there was the promo code, the Nexus. If you haven't used that yet, you should do that. Then we had I think there were a few of his shards, I think 2 in the missions, if I remember correctly. But the first source for shards is the battle pass. You have some in the free path, and you have some in the elite path, as you can see. And in the end, there will be some more in both at the end of the battle pass. But the main source is the material recruit events. The announcement was something I was talking about when I did the Battle Pass one, because I didn't find them in the first place. And they are different once again, because if we look at those, there is an SLB that, from my perspective, when I'm filming this, ends tonight. You know that I'm always filming on Mondays. That lasted from Saturday to Monday evening. And there you can get more shards, but there also was a recruit Soran T1. And here you had a chance, by spending materials, to get Soran shards. In this case, it was, once again, that's 11, 25, 50. Soran shards of the 100 you can get via the T1. And if you manage to finish it, like I did, then the Soran T2 appears, which is much more expensive though, but you have a chance to get another 100 Soran shards via this one. I don't think I will complete that one, but I managed to go through a lot in both of them, because I saved a lot of 5-star materials because I wanted to upgrade my ships. And when I couldn't upgrade them anymore because I was out of ship parts, I then switched to do a lot of the 5-star research I haven't done yet, because there's so much research that requires materials that you always neglect that a bit for the sake of ships. But I did quite a number of that and could spend the stuff on it. And I had all my 6-star materials, because I didn't do the big upgrades for level 63. But that's what I did on Saturday, as much as I could afford, because of the long, no, it's not long build times, but the expensive build times. If you want to use Latinum to speed them up, they are totally expensive. And the speed ups for that, they are so rare to get in game, that it limited what I could do. I could build more today. That's why I'm only 3rd in the ranking, for example. But I have no Latinum anymore, and I have no speed ups. So I have materials to spend, but I can't use them on the station because I just cannot speed the stuff up. Nevertheless, that's why I already have him, but those events are lasting for 15 days overall. Now it's still 13 days, so you have a lot of time to spend materials during that time and to get shards for Soran through the SMS. So it should be doable for a lot of people this time. So it's at least that is much better than it was last month, where they had to spontaneously enter new events and everything. But of course, as usual, many of you, I guess, will get Soran. So let me know your opinion about him and what you are planning to do with him, and maybe what you think about the new PvP cruise. That's the start of the second one now, as I said. And you can write it in the comments below the video and on Discord. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.